Charly, Kelli, Jada, and Armani. You ladies look so beautiful as always. How are you guys today?
Thank
Good.
you.
So
How are you?
Good, good. I've seen the first 5 episodes of season 2. Obviously, I'm obsessed with the show, and I love the moment in episode 5 when all of you are performing at the game for the first time, and the crowd is just electric for you
Yes.
ladies. Take me back to how that made you feel. I feel like a lot of that is because of the show, but Jada, how did that make you feel just to have that like crowd reaction for that first game?
Yeah, so obviously, we had performed Thunderstruck many times before, but since season 1 came out, I think everyone was just so excited to see it live. And the roar of the crowd was unbelievable. I think even in the middle of performing, I just took a moment and I was like, this is insane. Like, these people are going crazy for us. And so I think that was the first time that I was like, wow, this show has really impacted us in the best way. And the fans showed up, and it was just an incredible moment.
Yeah, and Armani, you're a veteran. What was that like experience like for you? Did you realize the difference?
Yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. I remember kind of peeking out from the tunnel and just seeing all of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders posters that everyone had, and it was 10 times more than we've ever seen before. And I actually got chills hearing the roar of the crowd right when the video comes on before we take a foot on the field. So it was just so electric in that moment.
Oh my God, so good. And Charly and Kelli, you're 2 of my favorite rookies. Charly,
Thank
I'm so
you.
glad you're doing press today. And Kelli, I love the moment when you FaceTimed your dad with your uniform and crying. I thought that was so sweet. Take me back to that initial day where you learned that you had finally made the team.
Yeah, so that day, the first person I thought I wanted to call were my parents. They were there for me when I was cut. And the emotion that you saw, specifically my dad bawling his eyes out, because it's almost like they went on this journey with me. So to call them and tell them I did it was the best feeling in the world.
That was my favorite when he got so emotional. That was so sweet. Charly, take me back to your experience that day.
It gives me chills every time I talk about it because it's something that I think I really thought about making the team every single second of every single day, leading up from, auditioning my first time back in January of 2023 and leading up to those auditions, going through training camp. The second that I was cut, I've always said, was the second I was like, I'm coming back no matter what. I'm moving here. I'm going to be fully committed to everything that I'm doing, and making the team and seeing Charlotte walk in, I think we both were like, oh, this is happening right now.
I almost fainted.
Yes, but I'll never forget, in my heart, I was like, she's about to announce that I'm a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, and that was the best moment ever.
Oh, that's so good. And Jada, I love how a big part of this season was you, kind of stepping up and having the courage to have those uncomfortable meetings about getting more pay for DCC. I know that initial meeting, it sounded like you guys were kind of a bit disappointed. So just talk about kind of having the courage to do that, stepping up for the team, because I loved how that was a big part of season 2.
Yeah, I think as leaders, it's really important to, be a voice for the entire team, but that does come with a little bit of fear because at the end of the day, you're kind of the one taking the bullet. And so it wasn't easy, but I had other leaders, beside me that, we all knew we were in it together, and this is something that we really wanted to push for. And initially we were a little disappointed just because they had told us where we were at in the season. There wasn't really any space for changes, which was discouraging, but we knew in our hearts that this is wasn't something we were going to give up on, that this is something that we wanted to see change, and we were going to do everything in our power to make that happen. And so we stood firm in what we believed in, and to our surprise, there is, a very good resolution at the end of season 2, which is really exciting for, us, but also our teammates that come after us that get to benefit from all of our hard work. So at the end of the day, it's exciting. It's exciting to see, and I think we're really proud of what we've, done.
And we're so proud of them. Very proud of them.
Yeah. It sounds like it. That's incredible to hear. And Armani, I loved it when you posted on your Instagram about doing a game without your wig, all of the support that you got from your cheerleaders, the fans. How did that make you feel, and what do you hope that others, with alopecia kind of see and relate to in your journey in season 2? Because I love how you openly spoke about that.
Yeah, it definitely felt really good to have all of that positive feedback because it was something that I was going to be the first to do. There's never been a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader that's gone out on the field with absolutely no hair. So the decision leading up to that was a little nerve-wracking, but once I made the decision, I knew I was very confident, and I wanted to just make an impact on honestly just one person. And the fact that it's made such a huge impact on the alopecia community means so much to me. Little girls around the world and little boys around the world, and then women old and young who are going through this and feel like that they're by themselves, but they're actually not. I think that is a beautiful testament to what I was reaching for by sharing my journey.
Yeah, and you absolutely did that. So congratulations, honestly, to all four of you. I would chat with you ladies all day. I'm dying for episodes 6 and 7, but continue to do your best and reach for the stars. And you were all a joy to watch and talk with for season 2. So thank you, ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic today. I love the suits and the blazers. How are you?
We're good. Our cheerleaders told us we look like mustard and ketchup, so there's that.
They're always calling us out.
Oh my God, hilarious. Well, congratulations to the two of you on season 2. I've seen the first 5 episodes. I'm obsessed with this show. And I really loved the moment in episode 5 when the DCC was performing for that first game. They said that it was very electric, a little bit different in the crowd, and I guess that is because of the show. How did that make the two of you ladies feel? Take me back to that day, Kelli. How did it make you feel? Was the reaction in the crowd any different in your opinion?
I do think the crowd responds in anticipation more that they've seen Thunderstruck and what our pregame performance is. We also just did a live show last week. We did 5 cities, and you just the very beginning of the guitar for Thunderstruck, and the crowd starts squealing, literally squealing. So of course, it's very satisfying for us. It's exciting.
The girls, for them, I remember getting excited because the girls got so excited that it was probably the biggest crowd reaction we've ever had at our own stadium. And then on the tour, like Kelli said, we saved it for the finale, so it was the very last dance we did. And I wish everyone could have heard their screams. It was crazy.
I'm sure it was crazy. Well, I also loved the collaboration with Dolly Parton, and I know that was due to a huge part due to the two of you ladies. What was it like to work with Dolly and collaborate her for the DCC?
She was great. She's just as charming and witty and spicy as you see. She's flawless. She's a professional.
Way. There you go.
Her team around her, just professional, and it's just exactly what we love our cheerleaders to see, to learn from artists, legends like that, and to see that even Dolly Parton practices, and she practices in her shoes.
And she wanted to keep rehearsing, and until she got it
and she looks
perfect.
She looks great. She's just adorable.
There was a lot of emotional moments, this season and in season 1. I'm curious, what was the most emotional moment for you to film, good or bad? Judy, what was the most emotional moment for you to film during this season?
I think the most emotional moment was probably having a coworker's daughter, Dayton, that we ended up having to let go in training camp. And we're very close to Dayton and Shelly still, and they're good friends of ours, and we hated to disappoint anyone.
Yeah, I think it's always really hard when you're cutting a veteran's, daughter. That has to be very difficult. Kelli, what about for you?
Well, the Dayton cut was very hard decision to make, and very emotional for us too. But I will say also that when I watched the series, I was brought to tears when you hear the backstories of Armani and the decision she makes to share a disease that affects her hair. And then I cried in Jada's backstory and hearing her talk about her relationship with her mother and her father, and what was easy for her and what wasn't easy for her. Those moments of vulnerability to me are they're emotional, but they're beautiful. And I love that hopefully they give other people hope and inspiration.
I love that you mentioned that, because I just spoke with Jada and Armani, and I loved how Armani posted on her Instagram that she did do, you know, a game or two without the wig, which I know that was the first time that that ever happened. So that was definitely very emotional to see that. I would chat with the two of you ladies all day, but I'm so excited for fans to see season 2. I need episodes 6 and 7 and more seasons. Okay, ladies?
Yes. My mother-in-law's in Baltimore, so I got to give a shout out to my Baltimore peeps.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well, we will tell your mother-in-law hi. Thank you so much for your
Yes, she watches the show and tells all her friends about it.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Well, I love that shout out. Thank you so much, Kelly and Judy.